She says it's just your imagination, but something feels off. Her habits have changed. She's more distant, secretive, maybe even too nice. Is it guilt? A hidden double life? Or are you overthinking it? The truth is, cheaters always leave clues, tiny details they think you won't notice. Let's expose them right now, but before that, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos. Unexplained scratches, bruises, or hickeys. Physical marks like scratches, bruises, or hickeys can sometimes appear without much thought, especially in the hustle of daily life. A bump against the corner of a table or a scratch from a pet might not seem unusual. However, when these marks appear in intimate areas, such as the neck, chest, or thighs, they can be harder to explain. If your wife has such marks and struggles to provide a convincing explanation, or if her reasoning feels forced or implausible, it might raise suspicions. While accidents can happen, repeated instances or unexplained patterns can point to something worth further discussion. You might also notice her trying to cover up these marks more frequently with clothing or makeup. Pay attention to her reaction when you casually ask about them. Discomfort or defensiveness can sometimes reveal more than the explanation itself. Over time, a pattern of concealment can become evident, making it harder for her to justify these occurrences. Changes in sexual behavior. The dynamics of intimacy in a relationship often evolve naturally over time. However, sudden and unexplained changes in your wife's sexual behavior could signal that something is amiss. For example, if she introduces new techniques or fantasies into the bedroom that you've never discussed, it might leave you wondering where she picked them up. On the other hand, she might display a complete lack of interest in physical intimacy altogether. This could be due to emotional or physical exhaustion from another relationship, leaving her less invested in yours. Either way, these shifts, whether it's an unexpected burst of creativity or a noticeable withdrawal, are worth paying attention to, especially if they coincide with other concerning signs. Sometimes the timing of these changes is revealing. They might follow long absences or unusually busy days. Her body language during these moments, whether overly enthusiastic or distant, can also provide subtle clues. An honest conversation about your intimacy can sometimes clear the air or highlight areas that need attention. Physical changes during intimacy. Some men report noticing physical differences during intimacy that can be difficult to ignore. These changes might include a sense of looseness or expansion, which hasn't had time to revert to normal or unusual patterns of physical response, such as prolonged swelling in certain areas. While the human body is complex and changes can occur for many innocent reasons, these physical differences can sometimes suggest frequent recent activity. It's a delicate and personal observation, but one that has prompted many people to reevaluate their situations. If you notice such changes and they seem inconsistent with the dynamics of your relationship, it might be time to consider what could be behind them. Additionally, physical changes can sometimes come with unexplained discomfort or avoidance from your partner, which might further hint at hidden activities. These moments, although uncomfortable to address, can open up channels for understanding what's truly happening. Be mindful, though, of jumping to conclusions without solid evidence. Frequent occurrences of these physical differences may lead to growing doubts and insecurities in the relationship. Partners might feel compelled to address these changes directly, though doing so requires sensitivity and care to avoid creating unnecessary conflict. It's crucial to differentiate between innocent explanations, such as health-related factors or natural physical variations, and signs of potential underlying issues. Communication becomes vital here, offering a chance to strengthen trust and understanding if approached without accusations. Ultimately, these observations should serve as a call to improve openness and mutual respect, rather than as a basis for suspicion alone. Vaginal microflora changes. The human body has its ways of signaling change, and one of those ways is through shifts in vaginal health. A new sexual partner can introduce foreign microflora, disrupting the natural balance and leading to infections or irritations like yeast infections. If your wife suddenly starts experiencing symptoms she's never had before, such as irritation, unusual odors, or discomfort, it could be worth a conversation. Increased trips to the doctor or new prescriptions can also be subtle indicators. While these changes might be due to something as simple as a new hygiene product or a course of antibiotics, they can sometimes point to the presence of a new partner. Sudden interest in visiting the doctor. If your wife has never been one to frequent health professionals but suddenly starts making regular appointments, it might be worth exploring the reasons behind it. Visits to the gynecologist or other specialists can often be proactive measures related to contraception or managing risks associated with infidelity. Additionally, the appearance of new medications or treatments in the house without any clear explanation can raise questions. In one case, a man discovered that his wife was secretly recovering from an abortion, which ultimately revealed her infidelity. While this is an extreme example, it highlights the importance of paying attention to significant changes in behavior, especially when it comes to health-related matters. Unexplained visits to the doctor can sometimes coincide with an increased focus on personal health or appearance, which might seem out of character. For instance, a sudden emphasis on intimate hygiene or preventative care could indicate underlying motivations. In some cases, these behaviors may be accompanied by secrecy, such as hiding prescriptions or avoiding discussions about medical visits. While it's essential to approach these observations without immediate judgment, they might signal a need for deeper conversations about trust and transparency. Ultimately, understanding the reasons behind these changes requires open communication, fostering clarity, and rebuilding the foundation of the relationship. Emotional distance and daydreaming. Infidelity doesn't just manifest physically. It often creates an emotional divide as well. If your wife seems distant, preoccupied, or unusually euphoric at times, it could be a sign that her mind is elsewhere. She might appear to be daydreaming while sitting next to you or seem distracted during conversations. Some people in new relationships find themselves mentally replaying moments spent with their lover or fantasizing about future encounters. This emotional withdrawal from your relationship can be subtle at first, but becomes more noticeable over time. If your wife's behavior feels different, whether she's unusually giddy or completely disconnected, it might be worth considering why. Signs of STIs or medical issues. Health changes such as symptoms of sexually transmitted infections or noticeable irritation can be difficult to hide. If your wife suddenly isolates herself or avoids intimacy without providing a clear explanation, it might be worth asking questions. These issues don't just affect her, they can also have implications for your own health. For example, if you begin experiencing symptoms that are out of the ordinary, it's essential to address this situation openly and with care. While infections or irritations can occur for many innocent reasons, it can also signal something more concerning, especially if combined with other signs of infidelity. Increased secretiveness. A sudden increase in secretive behavior is often one of the most obvious red flags. If your wife starts guarding her phone, changing passwords, or becoming evasive about her daily schedule, it might indicate that she has something to hide. This secrecy might extend to physical belongings as well, such as her purse or personal computer. Changes in communication habits, like whispering during phone calls, deleting messages, or stepping out of the room to take calls, can also raise concerns. If these behaviors are new and unexplained, it's natural to wonder what has prompted them. Suspicious hygiene products or medications. The appearance of unfamiliar hygiene products, medications, or treatments in your home can also be a potential sign of infidelity. For instance, if your wife begins using suppositories, contraceptive pills, or other intimate care items that were not part of her routine before, it's worth asking why. These purchases might be linked to issues arising from infidelity, such as infections or precautions against pregnancy. While there could be perfectly innocent explanations for these new items, unexplained changes in habits or routines often merit a deeper conversation. Sudden weight loss. If your wife has recently experienced a noticeable and unexpected weight loss, it could raise questions about the underlying reasons. Of course, this might simply be due to a new focus on fitness or dieting. Perhaps she's been inspired to take better care of herself and hasn't mentioned it to you yet. However, sudden changes like these can sometimes have another explanation. New relationships often bring a surge of emotional highs and physical activity, both of which can lead to significant weight loss. The excitement and adrenaline of a fresh connection can suppress appetite or motivate someone to prioritize their appearance in ways they hadn't before. If her weight loss seems abrupt and you notice other changes in her behavior, it's something to be mindful of. Sometimes people make lifestyle changes to impress someone new, even if it's done subconsciously. The way she dresses or carries herself might also shift alongside the weight loss. All of this could point to a bigger picture that deserves your attention. Final thoughts. Infidelity is a painful subject, but noticing these signs early can help you confront the situation and seek clarity. If you recognize multiple indicators in your relationship, it's important to approach the matter calmly and constructively. Remember, open communication and mutual respect are essential for navigating these challenging times. Stay strong and remember, you deserve honesty and loyalty in your relationship. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights.